Hello everyone for a new video. For this video, this is part 1 of 2 of the potential builds that we're going to play during Flashback League to try to go for the demigod. Since we're going to attempt to go for it, but because of work, we're going to see if it's possible by Christmas. So I'm looking at 2 builds right now. I don't know which one I'm going to play. It's either we're going to play a Guardian or we're going to do an Elementalist. Since I think those two might be a little bit easier to go for than going for like a Necromancer, a Hierophant, what you want to call, what else builds are there? Those are probably the 2 biggest ones people are going to play. Originally, Necromancer was my main one, but I don't have the time to compete against that kind of stuff. So, with Guardians, if you're going for a demigod, you're going to probably be competing against the Aura Stackers, I'm pretty sure. That's what won Mayhem League. And if you're going for like an Elemental, it's like our second build will be, you'll be going for against all the Brant characters, the Golem character, probably more the Brant characters. So this video is going to be about the Dominating Blow Guardian. In our second video, you'll see tomorrow, but we'll go over that one. So build idea number 1 is the this build was actually created by Balor Mage. He created this build, the Guardian version, and this one that Zizran did the video on too, the exact same thing. So his build, he has a full skill tree on here. I'll put the link to his channel and the link to his video and a link to this POB also in the description below. But he is a very detailed guy, like, first 13 points, get this quickly, shoot up this way. The 26 points, you make sure you convert it though. That's why there's 2 points on these. You can probably go through and delete all the second copies. They made it back in 3.11. I just haven't done it yet. Like, he explains, like which path to take. Don't worry about this until late game. Well, pretty much, because like there's only 3 uniques you need. He goes over that, like when you get to like the labs. Like you want like these 3, and I think it's this one. No time needs the Uber lab. Let me see if I can find out fast. Yeah. So it goes over the labs. Like he also has in here, like when you get like the ring, if you don't have any of the rings yet, which I'll go over later, this is pretty much the skill tree look like, because you pretty much, out the rings, you have to scale this way. When you have the rings, you lose all of this. And then this pushes more down here. And this too. So, go to skill tree. So like that's like the actual real end game. We cut this whole entire half off. And you focus it all like down here. Life. This whole chunk. More of this. Cluster jewels. So the ring he's talking about, and he also has like a thing he goes through like every level to help you leveling. So the build does require 3 uniques though, which is, there are 3 extremely important uniques. First one is the Scourge. The Scourge drops from Chimera, so it's definitely not an item you're gonna see early on. It's also super expensive day 1 and 2, so it's probably like more like a day 5 item to pick up. Otherwise you're gonna be spending over 100 chaos. But the Scourge is really nice because it's more minion damage. It's a lot of minion based stuff. Even the Fizz attack leeches life is nice, triggers a wolf. It's very good overall. And like a lot of the rares, it's more like, life, chance to block, recover block. And it has to be a shaper shield. Bone Helmet is pretty much, your normal, I think it's item level 83 or 84. But it's mainly the +3 minions, the damage. You don't need the crit one, you probably can deal without. The resistance if you need it, craft life if you need it, the damage, which is a hybrid of the socketed minion damage one. Like the body armor, it's a life, pretty much life, strength, and pretty much a lot of resistance. Gloves, you can tower it away, life, resistance, mana. Rings, chaos res. Oh, this is a boost, never mind. Like resistance, life, movement speed. Get chaos on your gear if you can, just to get your chaos at positive. They'll help you survive. Amulets. Look at that. Resistance, life, crit, strike, multiplier if you can get it. Resistance. So these are the 2 rings I was talking about. These rings, you do want to pick these up early as possible. These rings are cheap, since they're not the 2 combination everyone wants, which is real easy for you people. It's mainly because you do want that Herald Purity reduced mana reserve. Because if you have 2 of them, that's like a 48% reduced mana reserve. Can be different depending on what your numbers rolls are. But it's also a huge damage boost too. But once you get that mana reserve, that's when you can scale that whole minion slot out. Because once you run these rings, they give you attribute, they'll help you with a lot of damage. You can tell right away where it shows you like your average damage, how much damage it gives, the total DPS if you move one ring. So the rings are very good. Your belt, your usual Stygian belt, life, resistance, mana. Your eye, minion damage, resistant, life, corrupted blood if you're rich enough. The usual flask that goes over. We'll go over the small jewels now. So he only plays one cluster jewel, and it's the minion damage one everyone plays. But the nice thing about this one, compared to like other builds, you don't need like the impale stuff. It's more just renewal, razor, and you don't need razor either. So mainly you only care about renewal, which is not usually pretty easy to craft, and then call it a slaughter just for more damage. And then both of the small ones, they are the increased minion damage while affected by Herald, which are usually don't go for that much in the league. And you can do a 5 or a 4, both the exact same. But pretty much you care about Cult Leader, just for more damage so you are affected by a Herald, which is Herald of Purity. So it's a guaranteed 35% increased damage on your minions. And also minions deal 20% increased damage. So technically it's like a 50, if you think there's two of them. There's Discipline, there's another Cult Leader, so it's 70, so 90% increased damage if you're affected by Herald. So it's 90% damage boost. Your Sentinels have a 20% increased cooldown recovery speed. And then your minions also... Oh no, you run two of them, never mind. So it's two, so it's a huge boost. 50% reduced cooldown speed, your minions go crazy. And then both your small ones are fetal, or the pretty much the life with 3 passive. They're both the exact same. Pretty much you just want life and max life on it. And then, because pretty much if you look at the life it gives, if I can find life. So 6.7 without one of them, 6.5. So pretty much one of these fetal nodes alone is like 200 life. Without any of them, about 400 life you lose if you lose all of this, which is a huge boost. But pretty much it's a very easy, because that's when you start going like, you play a lot of jewels on this build. You know, your Work Cry, your stacking health. You have a lot, you're a very defensive build. It's just the hard part of the build, based on what I tested, is leveling up the build on day one is extremely hard. I tested it in Heist as like a pretend league start for Flashback, and it took about 15 minutes to get through Act 1 just because it struggled a lot with damage. Because early on, when you go in this way, let me show you the first skill tree. The first 13 points is when you pick up this, your minions are still not going to be that strong. Minions still die, your zombies still die extremely quick. The Brutus, it's still really difficult early on. Even with playing the War Banner you pick up, which I think I forgot to pick it up. But you're like, your zombie setup with your smite. Your smite makes sure you have essential call, makes it much nicer. But it's still something you have to get used to, because the damage output is not the strongest early on, but it does pick up later. And if you're playing a group, you get the Guardian Ascendancy going, which, it's pretty much like, everyone has, group has Onslaught, 20 all resistance, nearby out, so all your people you're playing with get more damage, more area effect, more cast speed. Uber is more remove curses, regenerate life, chance to block. Because I think that build has a huge game one. Because you're playing with a 75% block chance, a 66 spell block chance, a 71% damage mitigation. So the build's extremely good late game. I'm not gonna lie about that. It's just I'm not sure if I want to level with the character, because I know I'll be playing a group of 3 of me and 2 other people. One we know for sure is doing a minion, I think golden minions with the Necromancer. I think the other one is doing something with, I don't know, some arrow cold build, I think. I don't know for sure. Probably assassin, I think he's doing. And then me, I'm not sure between this build and next build. So I'm going to leave this build in the description below. And then our next video you'll see on Friday, so before the league actually starts. Probably around noon, so 2 hours before the league starts. You'll see the other build we're going to play. So I'm not sure between the two which one I'm going to play. It's more, I'm testing the other one right now. I got to Act 1 about 40 minutes with it because I'm used to playing the build more. This is a different way of playing. And then I'll probably test this build again with actually paying attention to what I'm doing. Since one build did have movement speed boost, one didn't, so this does make a huge difference in time. But the other one, I think this one's a little bit slower going through the act, but could be like late game. I think it's going to be stronger. So that's not 100% sure which one I want to go with. Like, I know, like trying to get this on a day 1 is super simple. Like this is a day 3 item, obviously. So you just have to use a regular claw level, which I don't think he had. He had a regular claw in here to show people. Like this is a base claw, you can use attack speed. You lose a lot of damage with it, but it's something to go for the time being. Like early gear he has on here too, if you're going to like just get life and damage. Energy shield, life. Body armor is just life and resistance. Life and armor. It's a lot of armor and life. That's all you're just doing. Movement speed, armor, life. Life and dex. Look at that, it's life again. And again. And more life. It's a huge life stacker. Because even with the crappy build, you're having more life. So the build focuses on life before you start going crazy mode with, nice resistance, nice block. Your build's not going to die, be honest. Build's extremely good based on the video. I think this build can do over 10 million easily. Because even on a full build, which is on right now actually, if you think about it, you're doing... Like, oh, there's also this here too. So it's a written guide. Spectres rarely die, but dropping his build. Frenzy chart. Like, it talks about it very in depth. This one is Zizran posted, but like, Act 1, get smite from this after you complete this quest. Act 1, get this after you complete this. Like, it's very different. Like, War Banner, you get after doing this quest. Zombies after doing this quest. Like, it's very detailed. After Brutus, pick up these. And this Herald of Purity in Act 2, get a mini damage early for Act 1. Like, it's extremely... Skitter bots, their dominating blow setup in Act 3 with the 4-link. Offensive. Your Spectres, get Frenzy Monkeys. And Endgame, here you are. War Banner, your Conviction, your Vulnerability, your Dominating Blow with Multi-Strike, Brutality, Fortify, Frenzy, Main. Cast when damage taken. And you want the Velma on the show. Your Hero Purity set up. Your Flame Dash. Your Auras, which are your Skitters, your Holy, and your Clarity. Your Ray Spectre, Monkey Still. Please check again details. But like, it's in here multiple times where to go. For a build guide. But Me Shield, your Spectres. I think the Frenzy Monkeys, I can't remember what act they're in, but I know they're in one of the early acts of the game. But I think the build, I'll probably end up giving this build another try on Thursday. So if you want to see me playing this, or even the other build, testing and probably back and forth. So today I'm not going to play it. This will be on Wednesday. We'll do one on Wednesday and Thursday probably. Then Friday we have to decide, because Friday will start a little bit late because I have to do some stuff. Before, hopefully get back in time, but we'll figure out before then. So if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button below. Come follow me on Twitch. If you have ideas what this build's any good or not, if you played it, please let me know how it is leveling with League Start gear though, now with Tabula and all that fun stuff. So this build I gotta take a look at more to see if it's worth trying a late game, just because I know this is easy. I know everything on this build is easy to get. It's just more of, do I want to go for a demigod with this build or the other build. So I'll see everyone on the next video, which will be tomorrow, 2 hours before the league starts, or the Flashback league starts. Hope everyone liked the video. Hope to see you on the next video.